Hello guys, just spin you around. Anyway, I have just come out from my local shop, the Spa, and I'm wondering how many people are prepared for Friday. How many people are prepared for what is coming on Friday? Is it just a case of putting a mask on in the shops and taking your mask off and going home and about your way? Should we, the people, conform to the ways of the world and agree to what is about to become? At the end of the day, all of the MPs here in the UK will be sitting down tomorrow. It will be their last day before Parliament seats, and then literally they will take their positions back in September. That means any person who is pushing through MPs to try to help, it basically means that we the people are on our own, and that's good. It's just that people have not realised this their entire life, that literally we are individuals, and people have built homes and people have helped people who are vulnerable, and we've created the society that we've created. We've created a society that lives in top, middle and bottom, so lower class, middle class, and then the upper class. So then it is divided then in the Houses of Commons as the common people, and then obviously those who have Lord and Lady status. Every person who doesn't have Lord and Lady status is nothing more than a mere peasant. We are the vermin, we are the reprobates, basically. We are the people that have been suppressed, and we are the people who have been basically put through a low-level mill education system to make sure that we don't have all of the tools to know that we can think for ourselves. Not only can we think for ourselves, we can make our own decisions, and this world that they have created around us is nothing more than a false illusion. Yes, we want children to be able to read and write and communicate. Yes, we want children to understand the science. Yes, children need to understand the history of the world that once existed. And yes, children do need to understand the basic fundamentals of integrating with other people. So right here, right now, I am pretty much alone in my road. There are people out there, and obviously people are back out, but literally on Friday it will be absolutely mandatory to wear a mask in said public places. I don't know what 100% is being called, but I know this comes in with, hello darling, public transport, the shops, all those sort of places. So literally, if you do not have a mask on, you will not be allowed to come in. For any person who understands the dangers of wearing a mask, who's scared about this, and you are worried that you are going to be forced to wear a mask, go online to Hidden Conditions, get your son lanyard. I haven't got mine yet, but I will have one on there that says that I am I don't have to wear a mask, basically. So I'm medically exempt from wearing a mask. If I don't have that on, I won't be allowed to go into the shops just like everybody else. However, I have spoken to my local shops about this, because obviously it's going to cause a lot of stress with people, because shops are going to have to uphold these said laws that you have to wear a mask. That means that shopkeepers have now also got to govern you on whether or not you are going to be wearing a mask as well. Just give me 2 seconds, because I'm also on the way back from the shop. I'm just going to put my bag here while I do what I do. So basically, literally on Friday, that basically means that every single person is going to be told that if you do not, look at the state, look. The state. This is what our world has come to. This is the state of it. So basically, yeah, if you have any form of hidden condition, please make sure that you get your pass. It means that you don't have to wear a mask. Any person wearing a mask needs to understand the dangers of wearing a mask. So first of all, I will tell you immediately, please do your own research. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a clinician, but I can tell you 100%, being that I was married to a man who worked in the operating theatre, that masks and everything have to come from a sterilised situation. So every time you literally keep your, I haven't got one to hand, afraid, and I haven't got my one with my big X at the moment because it's been damaged. I've got another white one that I've got to put some red tape across. So, okay, so watch this. Let me do something. Okay. If I was to take my pulse now, I would be at normal peak of resting. Now, if I was to do this, literally you should be keeping your nose under them. If I was to keep myself like this over the space of a sort of amount of time, what I'm doing is I'm denying the oxygen to come in. I'm denying the oxygen to come in. We're not even taught to breathe properly, guys. Did you know that we don't go... Did you know we're not actually taught to correctly breathe? We are not meant to breathe through our noses. Please go and do proper research on proper breathing. By keeping a mask on, one, if you're taking it out of your bag and you're wearing it in the shop, you're actually spreading germs. You're also putting them germs back on top of you. If there are any droplets of your own saliva that are in the masks, you are then breathing that back into your own self. So there are many, many, many problems with this. I'm not going to get into what all of this is about, because all you'll do is go, oh, she's a conspiracy theorist, we can't listen to anything that she's saying. What I'm going to tell you is that Parliament leave tomorrow. They will go up on all their normal holidays. And being that I did a live in October last year saying, where do I go for lockdown when lockdown comes? That was in October. You can go onto my YouTube. You can even see the title. I even say before lockdown. It's on the title. Josie's bless her. It's hard. There's kids around her. It's hard. Nobody can imagine what Josie's going through right now unless you have been there. If you're somebody like me, that literally she's on a park with a load of kids, and it's hard. So anyway, on Friday, guys, you're all going to be told, and then it's going to go to another stage from there. It'll then be your vaccination. So, okay, I want to laugh. Okay, cool.
Over there, and I didn't know where he was. I was like, where was your brother, Shiloh?
He darts through there. You have to know that there's a hole in the basketball
court. You don't go through there without telling me. If you're going to go through there, fine, but tell me.
Yes, he darts off. So anyway, guys, I don't know what's going on. However, I've accumulated something today. It's been given to me. And here's the irony of it. 2 seconds. I was going to surprise you all with it later on. I'm going to come over it because I haven't actually taken it. I was actually just laughing. I was going to literally put this on for Downing Street. The problem is everything that is going on, I don't think any of us want to deal with. We all want to bury our heads in the sands to it. We all want to go down to the beach. We all want to sit and have picnics and get on with our lives and sit in our gardens and get on with our lives right now. And that's great, and we can all have that. But right now, we're at a point in a time in history and space that those that have been beaten down for so long, people who've been labelled disabled, people who've been put into institutions, people who've been put under mental health labels, people who have been put through the foster care system, all of this stuff. Yes, I have your food in the bag. All of this stuff now has been going on way too long now. Hang on. So, I don't know what's going to happen today. I don't know what's going to happen throughout the rest of the day. I'm watching everything that's going on. But again, I don't stand with anybody properly that is really out there, because what I'm about is people being their true selves. It's about taking away all of them belief systems that have been put on you. It's about taking away all of that stuff and uncovering the true you, about finding out who you are and what you're about. There isn't sweets. It's sausage rolls. There you go. Water and sausage rolls. Sweet tea out and we get in. There we go. So yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Dean's still in London. He's doing stuff. Other people have all got their stuff on, but literally as from tomorrow, that's it. School's out. It's summertime. And it really, really is about people advocating for themselves and actually speaking up rather than allowing for people to take control of your lives. A lot of people within social care, they're trying to tick boxes, they're trying to fix boxes, they're trying to make sure that they're telling people what they think they want to hear, and that doesn't work. What it does is it just creates a whole cloud of disinformation. It means that people can't do correct reports. It's the sort of the weave that Josie's weaved herself, really, because for all of them years of being in foster care, nobody's ever had a true reflection of who Josie is or what Josie's about. And today is the first day that Josie actually really has tried to advocate for herself, and social care do what they do. They put the phone down. And it leaves you very frustrated, because this is, as Josie is also now saying to the social workers, they get to go home in a minute, they get to clock off out, it's a job, they're paid. And it's Josie's life, it's Josie's baby's life, just as it was with Aaron and Faith, just as it is with Elijah and Shiloh now, just as it is with everybody else that is getting pushed through. There for when we get in, there to get you off the park, mate. There to get you off the park. There's no sweeties. There's just crisps and snacks from the park. No, they're mummy sweeties. Okay, there was some sweeties in there, but they were mummy sweeties. Alright, they're mummy sweeties now. Go and go give mummy sweeties away then. My kids aren't actually allowed sweets. Not really. Alright, go and share them with Elijah then. So anyway, I mean, the pressure is on. I've even had the phone put down from me because I don't have a VAT number. And like I said to all the social workers, Josie wouldn't even be alive right now if it wasn't for me and Dean having to go and get her out of London. She'd given up. She'd quit. She'd given up. That's it. She felt it was completely over. It was pointless. She'd given up. But I'm not paid. Nobody's paying my wages. Nobody is making me get up in the morning and saying, here's your minimum wage, or here's your salary. I've got a man on a bike and a fucking mask on. You're on a bike. COVID can't ride bikes, mate. COVID ain't chasing after you on your bike, mate. Look. COVID's existed for years. This was a media hype sensationalism. And it's time for us all to pull it back to what it's about now. There you go. Yes, of course I can. There you go. So, anyway, it's about opening the gate, isn't it? For those that can't necessarily do it themselves, and holding that gate, because every single one of us deserves to have that freedom and that life of living that life that is so true to our own dreams. And no, the greatest thing about it, and I'm hearing more and more now, is more and more parents aren't going to be sending their children back to school. More and more parents are actually quite happy being on the park with their kids right now rather than just getting home from school. More and more people. No, it's for your mouth, darling. Can I have a bit of that, actually? No, not with that water, because I brought that water. Can I have a drink? No, you have to water you. You're a plant. Well, you're like a plant, and you need water. Good water, probably. That's not good water. So basically, it just goes back to the real true purpose of why Step Up Britain was created in the first place. And one, it was about getting into the schools and, you know, making people understand that by teaching the youth that to be something when you grow up has created a society of people that have actually just ended up into jobs, in just over broke. And life wasn't meant to be like that. We have all been given gifts and tools for a reason. We've all been given talents and skills for a reason. I'm a coach, that's what I chose to do, because my body doesn't allow me to do everything that I want to do without the right support. And this is the challenge. So over the years, as being a coach, obviously what I do is I take people from where they are to where they want to be. But when we've got a system that is sitting in place, like the mental health system, like the social care system, the adult care system, that is based on paperwork and based on process. Take this for an example. My core meeting online tomorrow is at 10 o'clock in the morning. Fantastic, great. What does that mean to anybody else? To everybody else, that means absolutely nothing. It means, Kelly, get your shit together and be ready for 10 o'clock in the morning. However, being that this meeting is not in line with the fact that I am an EDS mother, because I still haven't got my paperwork into court that brings me back to being an EDS Asperger's mother, which is what I'm working on now. So until that happens, no core meeting is in line with me. It's all based on paperwork. Children's social care don't have another tick box. It's either emotional or physical help, or you're going on team around the child. They can't afford team around the child because it's healthcare provider driven. So there has to be someone. All I need as an individual is, if I go into A&E, I need to pick up the phone to my dad or my mum and say, or the doctor does, she's at A&E, someone needs to come and get the kids. I don't have that because obviously, like everybody else, my relationship with my family was never healed. It was never put back to normal. Hence why I came to Portsmouth in the first place, because this is where I was born. This is where I've come every year. This is where my granddad used to come on the coaches. The hovercraft has always been a big point and place in my life. That's why I came here in the first place. But the challenge with that is I have to be a professional body. I have to be somebody where people go, what's your VAT number? Because people don't understand the concept of caring. People don't understand the concept of doing things because it's the right thing to do. So no, nobody gets up in the morning and says, Kelly, you're fired if you don't go to work tomorrow. I work for the Lord, I work for myself. What you have to, sweetheart? You want to go on the swings? Well, the boys are on there at the moment, darling. Yeah, they're all on there. Yeah, and it's great, and we can have these cattle places for children to come on and run around. But ultimately, it shouldn't be like that. All these worlds should not be just